Hey Capricorn, welcome to Intention 1111. I'm here to do your July reading, first half. I wanted to say thank you for all the subscriptions, the shares, the comments, the likes. I appreciate you guys. If you would like to book a personal read, you can reach me at whereyourintentions@1111.com. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Where your intentions at intentions1111.com. Okay, in case I didn't say that. New subscribers, welcome. Thank you so very much. And guys who've been with me since day one, I appreciate you guys. We do have a little bit of new moon on the 17th of July coming in. That's going to be a new moon in Cancer. And it's funny how the energies of the Capricorn moon, there are some other things going on astrologically. Again, I'm not a professional astrologer, so that are all kind of acting like they're coming in like this at us, right? And so the new moon in Cancer is going to be about the inner world. It's sort of like if you think about maybe cleaning out a closet. And you open your closet and you're going into your closet thinking, and you've got to move clothes over to get to these clothes, and and there are things in your way constantly. So the idea of the new moon in Cancer is going to be about looking at this closet and getting things out of that closet that are in your way. Why do I keep this garment? I'm constantly having to move it and I never wear it. So why am I holding on to it? So it's going to be something relative to that. So if you're having some strong emotions happening already, this is about sitting with yourself, getting in a calm state, and cleaning things out. So let's see what we got for you guys for July, Capricorn. I know that it's like the 9th of the month, okay? But remember, tarot card readings sometimes are timeless. So even if you're getting it at this point in the game, it's still applicable. It could be applicable 3 years from now. So just bear that in mind. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Attitude of gratitude brings in more than the what ifs, okay? It brings in more than why me's. It brings in more of what you want instead of less of why won't this work out. So maybe stay focused the rest of this month on being appreciative for the moment, being present in the moment, and what is working in the moment. In stillness, I receive. Absolutely, because when we get still and we get all the noise out and we get all the distractors out and we just get still, it's funny how sometimes the stuff just starts rolling in. The downloads start rolling in. Thought processes start rolling in. Patching things from one place to another starts rolling in. Resolutions, ideas start rolling in. But we have to block out the noise sometimes. And in order to do that, we got to get still. I mean, a lot of times for me, it's in the morning when I'm having my coffee outside on the back porch and I'm looking at the squirrels running around in the trees. That's when I get a lot of my downloads and my ideas and my thoughts start coming together a little bit. Each time I choose to tune into spirit of guidance, the highest truth shows up for me. Okay, universe, what's the next step? Right? And if you ask, you shall receive. It's good to feel good, right? What are you doing in the moment to promote positivity within yourself, to promote self-care, to promote resolution and solution, right? Not staying there in that stillness, stuck in the cycle of poor me, poor me, poor me, But hey, resolution, resolution, resolution. Something as simple as, you know what, every time I go to turn on that oven, that damn knob won't work. So you know what? I'm going to go in there right now and I'm going to fix that knob. That's part of removing blocks too. Not every block remover has to be on this ethereal, angelic plane. You know, it's about removing blocks that promote staying stuck or encountering the same cycles or encountering the same problems. So think and be mindful about what are your blocks in your daily life that are preventing you from moving forward. It's good to feel good, that prevent you from feeling positive about your environment or your tasks that you have to do, and eliminate those, right? So for some of you Capricorns, that may be something that you need to look into for the remaining weeks of July. So let's see what else we get for y'all for the month. Resolving conflicts is going to be a big, major issue for you this month. Sometimes resolving conflicts doesn't mean we have to act. We're acting, right? Sometimes resolving a conflict is in the inner self, right? And so we're saying, you know what? I'm going to allow the space for things to come in my life and flow out of my life with ease. I'm not going to hang on to things that are making their way out of my life. I am not going to fight something to prove my point, to prove that I'm right, to prove that I'm this, to prove that I'm that. No. Sometimes it's just as easy as sitting with the self and resolving the conflict you have about the situation. Because you can't control what the other person's conflict is. Only you can control your own. So resolving conflicts within the self this month. Here you are, Capricorn, showing up in your deck. On top, living large, got your coin in your hand, and you're doing your business. Resolve any conflicts this month that stand in your way to your success. You have all the skills you need to do that. All you got to do is wake up in the morning, right? Capricorn, double Capricorn here. Some of you may be have Capricorn several placements in your chart, but you have the idea of coming out on top of the conflict, coming out on top of the blocks, coming out on top of being trapped in a cycle, right? Maybe that's not so positive. But it is here that you are on top of it, right? So the idea is that you've already kind of won. So being in the mindset of, I've already fought this battle and I've won. I'm already here. Using logic in alleviating those blocks. When you don't know which way to go, get still, right? When you don't know which way to turn, get still. Get still and quiet and allow the resolution to come. Okay, so there may be conversations this month that you're having with people that may seem a little conflicted. Remember, the only conflict you can control is the conflict within yourself. Don't allow conversations to get to a point with people this month in which they are creating anxiety for you. And they're making you sit and go over and replay it and replay it and replay it in your mind. No, because what is that serving to do? It's serving to tie us to the cycle continuously. And it's serving us as a block in moving past a situation. For others of you here, I'm seeing that there is a relationship with two people. We have King and Queen of Swords. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic, and if it is, great. But what I'm looking at here is somebody not knowing what direction to go in relationship, partnership, love relationship, family, friends, whatever. And you've got somebody here who has a toxic way of speaking. They have a toxic way of thinking. It's very ego-based and self-serving because they're trying to prove to themselves by projecting it on you that they know they can get you. They know. Their tongue is their weapon, right? And so what you're being called to do, Capricorn, here is not buy into the idea that they are their words are piercing you. You're staying stuck in that. You're replaying it, because replaying it is also a form of abuse to the self, right? You're just cutting every time you replay something in your mind. So remember, to alleviate the anxiety in the situation and to render this person powerless, you need to get still. Let that go. Resolve the conflict within yourself. And if this person keeps coming back with it, okay, what you're being asked to do is allow that person to exit your life. Don't try to hold on to it. Allow the exit to happen, okay? Because once you realize, when you've dissolved the inner conflict within yourself, or you've resolved that, you've elevated, okay, and you've learned your lesson, okay, and that person is no longer in your vibration. They're no longer on the same with you. In other words, you're moving into a new cycle and they're staying stuck in a cycle, right? So as you move into a new cycle, you will move away. They will move out of your life. There won't be situations in which you're constantly in with this person unless you choose to stay tied to the cycle that will continue to perpetuate because you've realized, oh, okay, the conflict I have responsibility for is within myself. Moving into a new cycle, this person wants you to stay stuck in the cycle with them. Your intuition is saying, hey, you need to judge the situation. You need to realize where the anxiety is coming from. Now, you have two people here who, a meeting of the minds here between two people. Somebody wants out of the relationship. Somebody's not sure what direction to go in order to get out of the relationship. The issue here is about judgment. A new cycle has to open up here, and you know that that's the case. Follow your intuition. Grieve it, resolve the inner conflict, and keep it moving. Others of you here sort of have like a wolf type spirit in which you may not be part of the pack, or you may be having to face the idea that you have to go away from the pack, which may be very difficult for some of you. The ideas of loyalty and family and the betterment of that construct are what you're battling. So sometimes we have to stand alone, even if that hurts, right? Because being tied to toxic cycles will only prove to slow you down, will only prove to make you more toxic as time goes on. You're being called to venture out into something new. And maybe have a lone wolf type of mentality for just a little while. Not in a toxic way like, I don't need nobody, nothing like that. But you're being asked to separate yourself from this group of people who keep you stuck in a toxic cycle, okay? So let's see. And if this is love relationship, I will tell you something here that I don't see. If you're in a love relationship in which this resonates with you on some level, what I'm not seeing here when I'm often looking at terms of love, I don't see any cups. I see somebody here sitting with cups and not knowing which direction to go in. I'm not feeling a warmth. I'm not feeling love feelings. I'm feeling somebody being used as a battery. Being used as a product. This is a very cold feeling relationship, and your purpose you're serving here is to benefit the other party in this relationship who uses things to hurt you to stay stuck in the cycle with them because they are feeding off of your energy. So if this is a question of, well, do I stay or do I go? I mean, if you're not getting your cup filled, which there is no cup here for you, and it's not an equal exchange of energy between the two of you, you're giving all of your energy and this person's just gorging themselves on it, then it may be time for you to separate yourself from the pack, right? So let's see what we can expect, what Capricorn can expect for the rest of July. Major Arcana here, you have the Devil and the World, closing out toxic cycles, right? And you have Judgment. You got to call it. You got to call it. It's time to call it now before your battery is completely depleted. What you can expect for the rest of July is newness, becoming new again. Once you, okay, they're opposite in the camera, but you've got the full card going in this direction away from all of this, right? And so what you can expect is, hey, you know what? I'm going to pack my shit and I'm just going to do what I need to do. And I trust the universe has my back. And I trust that when I get still, I'm going to have the answers that I need. And I'm going to think about what's working in the moment, right? And I'm not going to try to piece together every single little detail. Because if I do that, then I'm going to be stuck here making lists in this toxic cycle, right? I'm going to get my little bag up here and get going. So that's kind of what you're looking at. And once you do that, you introduce love of self. You open up your world to a whole new partnership, true equal love. Now you have the hearts and now you have the cups. Only swords here is what I see for you here. You have it. Once you break away from this, you have this love coming in that's actually love. So let's see what we don't expect, what Capricorn doesn't see coming for the rest of July. What does Capricorn not see coming for the rest of July? Balance in relationship, balance within self, making a decision to move forward for the love of self. Okay, we're talking about this lone wolf over here, talking about this hermit, seeking out the spiritual self, seeking out your own solace. It may look like you are throwing a baby out with the bathwater, but the baby is you. You're only throwing out the bathwater, right? You may experience that for the rest of July. You may not feel like you can handle that. But the communication, the point of the read is, put your foot down on these snakes and these burdens and these people in your life who are holding you back because they are benefiting on your stagnation. They're benefiting off of your energy, and they are consuming everything for their benefit in this situation. And you're getting nothing in return. So let's get some advice cards on it real quick and see what we can come up with. Let's take a look at these real quick. Capricorn advice for July. Show me Capricorn advice for July. Show me Capricorn advice for July. Heart of the matter. Align life's pathway through the heart. Through the heart. You have free will to choose what you want in this life. You're not tied to anything. Listen to advice. People may have been around you trying to give you advice about the situation, trying to point out things to you that don't quite sit well, that they may see and observe because they're outside of it. Listen to the advice around you. Follow your heart. Align yourself with what you want moving forward, because you can choose whatever it is you want to choose. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you guys, and I will see you for mid-month.